Hello everyone and welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be bringing you guys a step-by-step guide on how you can get the red hex camo for your Bowie knife really easily. So unfortunately, you are going to need the season pass for this. So if you don't have the giant, unfortunately this method won't work for you. So if you really do want this knife and you're planning on getting the DLC, you might want to think about getting that season pass, because this is probably one of the easiest methods to get red hex for the Bowie knife. So what you want to do is load up a solo game in the giant. And what you need to do when you first get in here is just come over to the back fence over here. This is probably the easiest place to sit. If you just want to get through the rounds really quickly, you can just sit here. All the zombies will come to you. And what you need to do is make sure that you are getting as much points as possible in the beginning rounds. So what I like to do is I sit here, I shoot the zombies 3 or 4 times, and then I like to knife them in order to get the most points that I can, and immediately head to the Bowie knife, because the Bowie knife is only a one-hit kill up to round 10. So the best way to do this is to just get the Bowie knife as soon as possible, and that way you can get as many kills as possible before the knife becomes a 2-hit kill. Now, starting rounds 3 and 4, you will need to put a few more shots into them in order to get the easy knife kills, so just make sure you're staying alive. It is a little difficult to stay alive at first, but once you are out of the first room, things will get a lot easier. So just get through this first room, make sure you have as many points as possible, and then the first thing that you want to do is open up the left door. Now you will need 8,000 points overall to get straight to the Bowie knife. So once I'm at about 4,500 points, that's when I like to leave and just sit in the back room by the Bowie knife. It just becomes a lot easier, plus you have the power on, so you can start saving up your perks as well. So all you need to do is just turn the power on around round 4 or so, whenever you hit about 4,000 points, and then you just sit here and follow the same method. However, on round 4, it is best to keep in mind that the zombies will have a pretty decent amount of health, and you will need to put quite a few bullets in them before you can get that knife kill. So around the end of round 4 or the beginning of round 5, you should have plenty of points to get to the Bowie knife. So immediately when you hit another 4,000, you're going to want to run back and just pick up the Bowie knife as soon as possible. And from here on out, all you need to do is just start getting kills with your Bowie knife. You should have about 5 whole rounds of getting kills. Be sure not to get any nukes or anything. Insta-kills are alright, although you won't really need them, but be sure not to get any nukes, because you will want to maximize the most amount of kills that you can get before round 10 when it becomes a 2-knife kill. So if you follow this method and don't pick up any nukes or anything, you should be able to get around 80 to 100 kills with your Bowie knife from between round 5 and round 10. So all you really need to do is just keep up this method, and around round 6 or 7 or so is when I do like to start buying my perks as well. So if you're planning on surviving after this, it is best to start picking up your perks as well. But all you really need to do now is hold out till round 10, and then you should be able to get plenty of Bowie knife kills, and I'm going to show you guys how you can get some more once you've passed round 10. Alright guys, so here we are on round 11, and unfortunately the Bowie knife is no longer a one-hit kill at this point, so what you need to do is just pick up some weapon off the wall. It doesn't really matter which weapon you get, however, you don't want to get something that's really strong or like a one-hit kill, because you will just want to be hurting the zombies at this point so that you can still get some knife kills. So as you guys can see, you put about 1 to 2 shots in the zombies, and then they do go back to being a one-hit melee. So if you sit up here on this catwalk, it is pretty easy because they just come in this line, so you can hurt a bunch of them at the same time, and then you can just proceed to knife them. So you can follow this method up till about round 13. At that point, I would advise you not to really continue with the Bowie knife. Unless you're trying to just get the Bowie knife at red hex and leave, then you can go ahead and just get as many as you can. But if you are trying to survive after this, I would suggest that about around 13, you would want to start using your weapon instead of knifing them. Now by following this method, if you do proceed up to about round 13 or so, you should be able to get around 175 to 250 kills with your Bowie knife. Now you only need 300 for red hex, so if you repeat this just 1 or 2 times, you should be able to get your red hex camo in a little over an hour. So hopefully this guide helped you guys out to get this red hex camo. It is pretty sick once you unlock it, and it shouldn't take you guys too long. So if you enjoyed this video and it helped you out, be sure to drop a like down below and subscribe for future zombies videos. I'm going to be releasing a high-level guide and showing you guys how you can level up really quickly in the giant. So stay tuned for that later on today, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.